promised in the last video, I'm going to show you a couple of the mobility devices that I have to get around. Things I'm going to show you in this video are going to be my wheelchair, my knee scooter, and the IDEO brace. And I do have crutches, but I actually lent them to a friend, so I don't have them with me right now, but I feel like most people understand how crutches work. So let's do this. First one is my wheelchair. I just have a very standard wheelchair. Because of the military insurance, I have to be in a wheelchair for so long before I can be actually fit for my own custom fit one. So obviously I have a lot of extra space. This one does have arms, so I could just sit here. But honestly, I prefer to push myself rather than having anybody else push me. So it's easier for me to get this motion without these arms being here. I also have detachable limbs on the legs to be able to lift my legs up, which is very helpful, especially post-surgery for my bad foot. But I take those off just because when I am transporting in a vehicle, I have to take them off anyways, and it's just a whole nother process, and it's just much easier this way. Pros about the wheelchair is my feet don't hurt at all. Neither of my feet hurt. It gives my hips a chance to relax. My lower back's not affected. It's really just my upper back. Cons are it's not very convenient, so when I have to go into stores, sometimes I'll not want to go because I'm in my wheelchair that day. So yeah, so that's the first one. Next thing I'm going to discuss is my knee scooter. My friend tries to get me to call it a kneel chair because I have a wheelchair and a kneel chair, and that's so funny, but it's ultimately a knee scooter. Basically what I do is I keep my bad foot up and I can propel myself with the other leg. It's very convenient. I've gotten very good at it. When I'm in airports or grocery stores, I am moving very, very quickly, and people kind of look at me crazy like it's some sort of ride, but no, it's just efficient. What I like about it, I have a brake to be able to brake myself, and my friends got me a bell. So things that I like about it is by far my fastest mode of transportation. It's relatively easy to go in and out of stores, load it into my car and everything, and I can wear whatever shoes I want with it. Bad things is it puts a lot of strain on my lower back. So when I'm sitting on my kneel chair like this, it doesn't look that bad. When you're doing this for long periods of time, it really puts a strain on your back and my front hip flexor because I have hip problems as well. So sometimes I prefer actually to use my wheelchair over this. The last one I'm going to discuss is my IDEO brace. So the IDEO brace is the Intrepid Dynamic Exoskeleton Orthosis. Before I start with this, keep in mind that I'm not a professional and everything I'm telling you is everything that I understand, so I may be slightly wrong, but this is how I understand the device. It was developed in San Antonio, actually, by a civilian, but he sold the rights to the military because the military has actually found a lot of benefit from this. It prevents a lot of amputations because what it is, it's a limb salvage prosthetic device. So basically it's carbon fiber just like a prosthetic device, but it goes on the outside of your legs. So they mold your foot directly like this and create this for you. And so you have your foot plate, which goes directly into a shoe, and then you have a strut. If you engage the strut by pushing down, it takes most of the weight off your foot and puts it into this socket, just like a prosthetic device. So most of my weight I feel here. Things I really like about it is it's the closest thing I can get to walking. It's very convenient when I am going to the store. It allows me to still have both of my hands. I don't have to load anything up any differently than if I was able-bodied. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey Annika, this is like a revolutionary thing. Why do you still want your leg cut off? This device is not made for my injury. This device is made for people with ankle problems. So a lot of people have ankle fusions or severe ankle pain or whatever their problem may be. Because as you can tell, you can't move your ankle in this thing. So when you're walking, it actually helps propel you forward and takes all the weight off your foot and all the weight is in your knee. My ankle is fine. My foot still has a tumor in it. So a big problem that I have is, one, I can't wear very many shoes with this device because it is so wide. The only shoes I can wear are men's extra wide shoes, and still very, very few of those. I have 3 pairs of shoes that I can wear with this, and most of my shoes are 2 completely different sizes, which gets expensive. My problem is when you put this plate down into the shoe, my foot's still up here, and it's actually pushing up against the top of the shoe, and the top of my foot is very, very sensitive, so it actually causes me more pain. About a couple weeks after I got it, started getting used to it more, I was actually running about an 1/8 of a mile, a 1/10 of a mile or so, and I felt great, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. But I was still in a ton of pain. So I had to take Percocets to do that, I had to take a lot of other pain relievers, and now we're at the point where I will very, very rarely wear my IDEO brace because I'm in so much pain putting it on. And when I walk, I kind of walk funny. I'll show you a clip of that. But I kind of walk funny to the point that, because when I go grocery shopping especially, I want to have both hands on the cart or the ability to carry things. So I will wear the IDEO brace because it's much more convenient than my knee scooter or wheelchair. However, the last time I went grocery shopping, I had several people ask me if I need help. Several people, not only the workers, but just other people shopping, because I guess they could tell that I was in that much pain. So I avoid wearing this like the plague, but there are some instances where I still choose to wear it. So, didn't want to make this video too long this time because the last video was so long. But I hope that you know a little bit more about things, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or reach out to me directly. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.